Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Making love with you is all I wanna do. Loving you is more than just a dream come.
Beautiful conclusion of tonight's show, babies. It's been a blessing to be here. Wow. And the expansion we've experienced has been just off the charts. And it continues now, ever softly, expanding on into the night, even as we've flown off on our flight here in a little while then. And it just keeps growing and growing. Every night we develop it a little more. Every night it comes back to even the score and expand it a whole bunch more. Babies, this gets better and better from here on out, don't it? Now, I got to read you a little excerpt. You know, I don't do this too often, but, you know, I'm starting to get back in the habit again, baby. So I got to read you this little excerpt from my book, The Atomic Bum by Coyote Bear, available on Amazon.com, of course, and everywhere else that books are sold. It's called The Atomic Bum, B-U-M, not bomb, but bum, B-U-M. And that's because it's like about a little hobo. So here's a little memento that the dude at the end of the tale leaves. He says something like, just in case I haven't done well enough, well, here, let me give you this little poem, kind of as a way to help you remember these stories. Maybe someone can make something useful of them sometime, don't you think? Certainly hope so. So here's the little poem that prefaces, and it's right here, a little memento at the end of the book, The Atomic Bum. It's called Campfire. He carried a leather mail bag upon his strong old back. Any other man a-carrying it would have had a heart attack, 'cause that sucker was heavy, you see, filled with rocks and bottles and such from 100 different places on down those tracks. A sentimental old fool, that man he was. Could hardly pass a beautiful stream without clipping a little willow fuzz and slipping it deeply into the pack there beside that rock from Boulder, right beside the dancing can from Cheyenne, frontier days, don't you see? And every night he'd drop the pack, the side-reading U.S. mail facing up, and unload the stack, spreading it out around his flickering campfire, and let the dancing shadows retell the stories of the past, sweet memories flowing, glowing in the embers of the night. Babies, how long have we carried that old mail bag, you know? I mean, it's beautiful to sit there and watch it in the fire and remember it and see it all spread out like that. Oh, hell yeah. It's also beautiful to remember that you're back to life now, and you can leave that burden right there beside the fire. You don't have to deliver the mail, so-called, metaphorically, any longer. You've already delivered. It's happened for you and everybody else too. We can let go of the burden. We can let go of any pain that we might try to retain. We can let go of all of it with love and gracefulness. We give up our illusions of burdensome. Babies, we no longer carry that leather mail bag upon our strong old back. We no longer burden it with the mementos as we go along. These reside in our heart, in our conscious presence, become a part of us. We never leave anything behind. And now, in our more enlightened state, as we come back into the presence of the divine inside, oh, hell yes, babies. It gets much, much better. Much, much better. As we realize the presence of these things inside of us, and how, of all of the experience that we've gone through. And this is why we used to pick up mementos and take them with us, because we weren't in a space where that energy would carry real well without it. So we did it. And we hung things around our neck, and we put rocks in our pocket and so forth, and crystals and things. Mementos. Memories of moments of divine magic, pure connection. a happy moment, a blessed place of being for a while that gave you refuge from the storm. Things like this. But now these treasures are all stored in our heart right along with everything else we've ever lived, and each moment is a treasure indeed. And we'll probably spend an eternity or two just going back through them sometime and just checking out the action there and appreciate all the little nuances that we missed there before. You can do that anytime you please. You can do whatever you please in creation, and your heart will lead you right into it, man. It's a beautiful thing to be alive in that way, to be awake and know, yes, you are more or less in charge of your own creation. You live in a world that is of your own creating. Let's put it that way. Because there's no need for charge or control or anything like that. The language doesn't allow for the terminology of sharing very well. So we kind of just have to use a few crippled words to suggest what's real. The divine aspect of sharing goes off the charts. When the heart is in motion and full of conscious presence, everything's taken care of. And you're taking care of everything else for everyone else. And we're living it beautifully, synchronistically, poetry, in motion. Just as we are now, only not conscious of it. Imagine how it smooths out once we are. Yeah, babies. And when I say we're not conscious of it, I'm not including you guys listening in tonight. I'm talking in a little more general sense, but at the same time, I see it all changing. I look out here through my gazing crystal, and I see nothing but purity and light here, man. I mean, the night has become day. You're shining so bright tonight. The life we live is so enamored by the beauty of our experience in the past, so enhanced by all that. And all of these precious moments, so long hidden away in our heart and forgotten because it had gotten so much more complicated since then, still reside there. And now the mementos of our love bring the memories of these sweet moments back to us as we lie beside our own campfire and resemble what we have, what we are, resemble where we've been. Resemble it rather well, don't we? Retell those tales inside of ourselves in this energetic way that allows you to more fully appreciate. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you want to call that act of sentiment, you will. But actually, that's a moment of divine love and its purity and application. That's you revealing the truth to yourself and letting go of any sense of wrongdoing, burden, and seeing the blessing in all the moments that you've lived. And in the morning, you leave that stuff as a monument to the life you've lived. Let somebody else share in the magic of all of your wealth of experience. Let them have those little mementos. Let the wind carry it to whoever hand deserves it, needs it in that moment. Let yourself be free now of all the burdens of the past. You've burned them away beside the campfire through the night. Now as you arise and prepare for the great daylight, you know everything's just all right. It's not going with you anymore. And the life of hoboing, well, in a way it's through. Yes, indeed it is. You're going to have to take that last ride to get you home. But once you're there, babies, wow. The blossoming has begun. And never again will we live life on the run as we have in the past. But we'll embrace a whole new way of being that includes not only the divine, but the life of the divine. Creation provides. We prosper. We grow. We experience our truth in all ways at all times. Expanding into creation from this contented, gracious point, so filled with love and light, that all the souls of eternity in that moment unite. And there is no division between them. Well, now how's that a recipe for the application of some divine love here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the AZ Radio Network. Babies, your ticket to flight here in the middle of the night, and again, in the great daylight, 4 p.m. this afternoon for another 3-hour daytime flight, right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only on the AZ Radio Network. Your ticket to flight. Oh, babies, you got that right. Whew. Hang on, there's more to go, babies. Oh, we're down to our final few minutes.
No.